Today's episode of the More You Know podcast features Brandon T. Adams, who's an Emmy Award Winning producer, podcaster, author, speaker, serial entrepreneur, and known as the king of crowdfunding, assisting amazing clients including Kevin Harrington and John Lee Dumas, as well as Brandon Steiner, who is a legendary sports marketer and entrepreneur who founded Steiner Sports, where he worked with incredible athletes including Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera, as well as an author, speaker, and host of The Hookup. Enjoy the podcast.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.
If you have not read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, go read it. There are 13 principles, actually 17 total. But the main principles that come to me, I think, are so important. One of the principles that I'm actually featured in the book on and talk about in the movie, the one is persistence. Being persistent. Most sales are done between the 7th and 19th time you approach somebody. The people that do find success, they hear hundreds of no's. They get turned down by so many people, but you just need to hear yes once. You have to be persistent. You have to have a burning desire in whatever it is you're doing. With that burning desire, you're going to be willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. The mastermind group is powerful. Who you surround yourself will determine where you go. If you have negative people in your life, get them out of your life, because negativity, there's no room for it. You need to surround yourself with positive people, people that will support you on your journey, because it's not going to be easy and you cannot do it alone. You're going to have to ask for help, advice. Surround yourself with the right people. People always ask me, Brandon, how do you find a mentor? Well, you add value to somebody. If you find somebody that's already achieved what you want to achieve, find them and say, hey, how can I help you? I'll work for you for free. In return, you're getting their knowledge that's worth way more than you could ever pay them. So find ways to add value to somebody and they will become your mentor. They will help you. So burning desire, persistence, the mastermind group, having your mastermind, specialized knowledge. Having knowledge in a specific area and using that knowledge to get whatever you want in life. Mine early on, my knowledge, was in the ice business, but became crowdfunding. My specialized knowledge was helping people raise money. I ended up using that specialized knowledge to raise money for my own endeavors, to raise money to make money, and it led me to getting into cool opportunities, getting into the movie Think and Grow Rich: The Legacy, youngest guy featured in the movie, getting into the book. I ended up using crowdfunding to create my own TV shows, Ambitious Adventures. My wife and I that created Success in Your City, using internal crowdfunding for that. And so many other endeavors that I did is through my specialized knowledge in crowdfunding. Those are my best tips. And one quote I'll say is, I found out, for one, whatever the mind conceives and believes the mind achieves. Whatever you conceive in your mind and you believe you can do it, you can. And when you think about more and more, whatever you think about the most is what you become. So be careful what you think about. Be careful what you consume your thoughts around. And again, be careful who you surround yourself with, because they will put thoughts to your head that could be positive or negative. You want it to be positive. So always be thinking positive. And I found also is my greatest successes in life have happened just beyond my darkest times. When you're hitting a brick wall and you feel like you have nowhere else to go and you feel like you want to give up, that's a sign saying just keep going. Because if you keep going, what I found out is usually right beyond that next step, that next email, the next call, the next whatever it is, ends up being a big success. So just keep going. If you keep going, you can achieve anything you want in life. Winners never quit and quitters never win. So always be going after it. Always be putting in the work.
When I think of Mariano Rivera, as far as the way he approaches life, it's very simple. First of all, he always has a strategy. He's extremely confident. He's always prepared and confident in his ability. What surprises me is how much effort he gives towards his faith and how much effort he gives towards helping people and expects nothing back in return. I think he's the ultimate team player. Whether he was in the bullpen, not coming into the ninth inning, every inning he was engaged. And he treated every game, which is probably the most important thing I've learned from Mariano, is that every game, whether it be a spring training game, first game of the year, he treats equally and puts out his best effort. So this way, when a big game comes up, in a World Series, whatever, he never has to deviate. I'm not sure how many people really think about it that way, because there's a big sale or a big meeting, but if you treat every sale, every meeting, every proposal like a big one, you never have to waver or change your mindset because it's already in the perfect mindset of the big game. And Mariano's biggest lesson for me was there's no such thing as a big game. You treat every day, every person as if they're the most important, as if every game is the most important.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.